Kyberlight Master Level unboxing from the Kickstarter project. I was one of the relatively early backers for that project, and I just received my Kyberlight yesterday in the mail. Pretty excited to show an unboxing video for it and find out what's inside. We do know what's going to be inside, but how it's all packaged, how it works. Hopefully we can put something together before the video is over and turn it on. I'd be very proud to do that. I have no idea what I'm going to say, so I apologize for any stutterings or mutterings. I did want to show that the only other product I have that is a lightsaber or anything that resembles a lightsaber is this. It's a Episode 5 Luke Skywalker with removable blade lightsaber, not the Black Series one. I was able to get this a couple years ago, just before they started getting really, really expensive on the internet, and I feel very lucky for that. So, one thing we can do if the Kyberlight is charged enough is turn both on at the same time, compare size, compare brightness, compare sound effects. The Kyberlight, being brand new, might not be able to turn on at this point, but at least we can compare size in as much as possible. The only thing I've done so far is black off my my address on the shipping label, and I did just now cut off, for the ease of the video, cut off the zip tie type fastenings that this thing had on it, but I haven't opened anything. I have no idea what it looks like. I thought we could look together, so let me take this and take off the lid, and it looks to be 100% accessories in here. It was actually kind of funny. I was not actually early enough in the Kickstarter to get that green moon accessory that, if you're watching this, you probably know what that is or what that means. So when the store opened, I decided I could order one so I could feel like an original backer. But ironically, when they sent me my email saying that your Kyberlight is shipped and everything's coming, it said that you have all the accessories with the green moon one, and that it also had the other green moon that I ordered. So I really should not have one of these green moon accessories, and they seem to have given it to me without being a completely original backer. So thank you, Kyberlight, for that. Even though I don't necessarily need to. I'm not going to necessarily have time to open every single accessory for this video, and perhaps I can do some more videos, hopefully turn it on at some point, but you can see that everything's well bubble wrapped. The shirt is also in here, just so you know, in that smaller box. But we have all of the different colors of that hilt covering. There's a green, looks like the purple one in here, a black, the goldish color. So a lot of these things are all squeezed in here. The blue one's also down here too, but everything's all bubble wrapped up nice and tight. This kind of packaging here that's like those sheets of foam that you see sometimes. We have that at one of my jobs where we have meat packing. There's boxes have meat with that kind of packaging to protect it. So the smaller box definitely seems to be accessories. I don't believe, just based on looking at it, and I'll hold it up for everybody, just based on looking at that and the 2 or 3 that came out of the box down here, it's not every single accessory that should be coming with the master level Kyberlight blade. So we'll see what happens when we open up the bigger one here. I'll throw that stuff to the side. This will be a little harder to do while sitting down. The box was a little dusty. It was interesting. The only negative thing that I have to say so far, it was kind of oddly dusty when I got it. But it was alright when I took a little damp paper towel to it and took off a lot of that dust. Box is open. And so far you'll see a sheet of foam right on top there. And let's take a first look at, oh, there we go. First look at what our lightsaber will look like. This looks pretty cool to me. I'm very fond of this packaging. I think it looks awesome. Here's another hilt cover here, colored hilt cover with a red one. And the blade is, of course, in there. This is where the gloves are, which is interesting. They weren't with the shirt, but no problem. Gloves are here, and here we have, of course, their common phrase that you've probably seen if you're familiar with Kyberlight, the best custom sabers in the galaxy. I personally agree with that. For the price, for the accessories, for the lifetime warranty, guarantee, I mean, I really couldn't imagine anything better for this kind of product. And let me see if I can pull out the lightsaber itself here. See if I can turn it on. That'd be the best to do. I'm going to try to just pull it right out with one hand while I'm holding the box with the other hand. Oh, and I see it had some plastic on it, but that is now off. And let me see if I can fiddle around with it. First thing I'll do, at least for now, is compare the size of this one with the Luke Skywalker lightsaber I already have. Obviously, the Kyberlight is going to have a slightly different look and size to it based on the accessories on the bottom, the hilt itself, and the accessory on the top. This one definitely seems to be, this setup anyway, seems to be quite a bit bigger than the Luke Skywalker version, probably 3 inches bigger or taller. And the blade itself also has a little bit more of a thickness to it, and is also, I'll lean back here, a little bit longer too. So in terms of size, length, and such, a little bit of thickness, the Kyberlight does seem to be thicker. And let me see if I can figure out how to turn this thing on. Don't want my other lightsaber to fall over. There seems to be a button here, possibly for the color changing mode. It does rotate, or it also could be simply for the bolt keeping it together with the hilt. And there we go, it is now on. I must say, not knowing that button was the one that turns it on, it was awfully loud, being right next to my ear. And it's got a pretty good noise sound system down here. I'm not sure what it will sound like on the video, but definitely very loud. And I found that the second button down here is the color changing mode. That's one of my favorite parts about this, is the fact that it can change colors so well. And gosh dang, is it ever bright too. Let me turn on my Luke Skywalker version here, compare brightnesses really quick. My Luke Skywalker one is a little bit older. I think the electronics in it have been worn a little bit or used a little bit, so I'm not trying to bash on the Luke Skywalker version here, but the Kyberlight definitely is much brighter. It's on a white color right now. Let me see if I can get it to a blue. There's our red. It's a light blue. Where was that? Purple. Red again. Purple. So that's probably the closest blue I've seen so far. And again, much, much brighter. Let's just keep going. That's our green. It doesn't seem to be showing up super well on the camera, but there's our green color. That's a kind of a light pink. Another pink. Here's a yellow. It's a light purple, pinkish purple. And it just kind of goes on. There we go. That's a match. These two blues, at least in real life, it may not show up on the video, are as close as possible that I've seen so far. But again, this one much brighter than this one. Here, I'll turn this one off here. And we can focus just on the Kyberlight. I'm trying to see if there's a way to turn it off. Hitting the same button to turn it on did not seem to turn it off in the same way. So I'm kind of curious what happens when... Oh, there's a clash. What happens when you hit the top button again, when you hit the bottom button again, dial. And I'll try to cover up the sound, the bass right now, so I can keep the sound low and talk without being interrupted by the lightsaber noises. Again, trying to figure out right now how to turn it off. It did come on using this top button, but it will not seem to go off using that top button. Oh, if you hold it down, the sound stopped, light went off, so that makes sense. And there's probably instructions around here. When I look back at that one paper that talks about the accessories included, it does talk about what is included, the optional ones, which I should have gotten, I believe, as a master backer. And yes, there are instructions. So I'll flash those on the screen right now really quick. I have not looked at them yet. But if you want to pause the video at any point, or at this point, to take a look at those, that's what they say. It does seem to say to change, all those are to change. It doesn't seem to say to hold down that button I held down to turn it off, but that's alright. I figured that part out for myself. And again, I'll look at this when I'm not on video, you know, on the spot under pressure. But so far, I have nothing bad to say about the product itself. I'm going to see if I can twist off the bottom piece here and show what it looks like down there. I'm not sure I know the name to this accessory. I have not been memorizing those at all, but that one came off. And looking in there, I can see what looks like the where the battery is. It was I was able to push it in a little bit further. It seems like it was either hanging down or is supposed to be down a little further, but feeling in there, you don't see much other than a black, what seems to be base of a battery case or something like that. What I'll probably try to do right now, other than just show it off again, is figure out how to charge it, make sure it's all the way charged, and then what we'll do is possibly make a second video showcasing what it's like at full power, what other accessories look like, and what some of the combinations of the accessories together look like as well. But if you watch this far and we're watching it all, thank you very much for your support. And thank you, Kyberlight, for giving me this awesome opportunity. It's fun to have not just a blue lightsaber, although I love that it looks like Luke's, but a lightsaber with all kinds of colors, different, customizations. That's really what some people will dig about this product. And let's just hope that the lifetime warranty is worth it, because obviously I'm not going to try to hit this with a hammer right now, right out of the box, but I'm sure it's going to be very, very durable, and I'm excited to see what kinds of cool things you could do with this that I would never do with this one, especially knowing how expensive this one can be, and how it's, it seems a little bit more frail, or at least the electronics, the light flickers a little bit. Maybe you can see that if I turn it on again, the light tends to flicker sometimes, so I just feel like it's a little bit aged, and it isn't necessarily a perfect lightsaber in every single aspect, as much as I do love it. So I'm really excited to have this Kyberlight one now, and I hope that it all pays off as much as it seems like it will. And again, thank you for watching. Sorry for all my unscripted dialogue, and hopefully you'll see another video soon.